Hello everyone and welcome back. I'm Alicia and in today's video, I will be working on the February reading journal setup. Honestly, February was not the best reading month for me. I was only able to read 3 compared to 5 last month, and the fourth book is kind of a DNF. I was not able to completely go through that book. It was a little dry for my taste, but as one of the reading goals that I have to not be afraid to DNF, I kind of DNF'd it. Nothing major from the want to read list, but I have started reading Sarah J. Maas's Throne of Glass, and that will be featuring in my March reading journal. I have actually started with the Assassin's Blade, but I know it is part of the whole Throne of Glass series. For the books of 2024, the bookshelf, the 2 books are in audiobook and 1 in ebook. And moving on to the books read in per month, like it's all the same, but like I mentioned in my previous reading journals, it is the first time, and I of course went overboard. The reading in pixels, I tried my best to complete it, but the audiobook, like I said, it was not the best. I only missed one in the ebook. I think I was traveling on that day, so I could not read, but I really love that sticker flap that I have in this spread. The DNF book that I was talking about is actually a Japanese classic, and I did not really put the finish date, and I'm also not going to put a DNF against it for now because I do want to read it. It is a classic. It would have really helped in achieving my reading challenge for this quarter, but maybe I will try to listen to the audiobook on my breaks, little here and there. So we'll see. The average pages and the average minutes that I'm going to put here are not mathematically correct. I am just eyeballing the numbers. Maybe I could have done it, but when I was recording this video, I was very tired, and you will see different setups in this one because I actually did this entire video in 2 different days. So there will be different setups, so apologies if that bothers some people. The favorite book of the month was Cursed Cocktail, and I will definitely talk in details about it. The reading challenge is blank again this month, but I'm definitely going to try to finish I'm a Cat, so I can put it over there. For the cover page, I am actually going to use these stickers and sticker sheet from Ikigai Papir, and this is the store by Heda, and she goes by Mochibujo in YouTube. I have spoken about her, and then the reading challenge is also inspired by her 2023 reading journal challenge that she was also having. I bought her entire last year's collection, and along with that, I actually got the reject bag that she was also selling, so that kind of came free. And I really wanted to get these vinyl sticker of the dragon when she launched it as part of the advent calendar. Unfortunately, I was not having the budget to buy that one, and I did not want to spend, and by the time I got to the point that I could buy it, it was already sold out. So that was very unfortunate. So when she said that she was going to do the rejects and a lot of the advent calendar materials might be there, I got super excited, and I have been eyeing her collection for a very long time, and I felt that that was a very good time to get everything at one shot. And I am very, very happy with the quality, and there is no doubt that she is an amazing illustrator, and her videos are also very soothing. So if you like my videos, and if you have never watched Heda talk in her videos, you should definitely go and see them. They are very relaxing, and I love watching her. She's been one of the main creators that have actually inspired me to get into the whole bullet journal world and journaling, and I like her very much. I hope I will be able to meet her someday, but we'll see. And oh, the vinyl sticker that you see as the main character in this whole setup was actually gifted to me by Heather. I told her that I really like her, and I have been following her, and I am really wishing that the dragon stickers will be there in the reject pile. And she was so extremely sweet. She also gave me a sweet note attached to the postcard that I bought. So she was very nice. So that's why I wanted this vinyl sticker to be the center of the entire spread. On the right hand side, I'm actually going to create the daily pages log that I'm going to put in the numbers for all the pages that I read in a day. Some days are good, some days are not so great. This is the setup that I have been following for some time now. I think I started it last year in some time, and the structure is kind of similar to Perceived Grace, and she also has beautiful spreads that she creates on Instagram. This year, I wanted to start supporting more smaller businesses. So I have purchased from Heda first, and I will be also showing another creator's stickers in the next few pages. It's just that I myself, I'm a small business owner. I also have a sticker shop, and it really gives me immense pleasure when I get any order. It's not because it's bringing in money, of course, it is important, but at the same time, my art or my designs have been liked by someone so much that they are willing to spend their hard earned money on me. And that is something that I don't take lightly. I really appreciate every one of you who have purchased from me, and I want to give it back. So if you know any artist that you really like and you want to support, I don't really have a very big budget, so I am planning to purchase in smaller amounts and display them in my reading journal videos. So going forward, I will be trying to get stickers and ephemeras from the smaller shops. So if you know anyone and you want to give them a shout out, leave your comments down below and let me know on this creator what you like about them, and I will definitely check them out and I will try to feature them in my videos too. The washi tapes used here are from my shop, and the main stickers are obviously from Heda's shop. It is Ikigai Papir. I will be linking all these links from these different shops below, so you can also go and check them out. The ephemeras, however, are from Journal Say, and if you use my code CJN8, you will get 8% discount in your total amount. To fill up the negative space, I will use the smaller star and sparkle elements from a different sticker sheet and fill it up in the entire space. This particular sticker sheet is from the May collection that she had, and these are cats, so there's nothing that can go wrong. I love these dotted stickers, and I love to sprinkle them all over when I am running short of ideas what to do, and they always tie in the page so well. You can find them in the Journal Say website. I actually created this daily pages log in the beginning of the month because I really wanted to capture the number of pages that I read. So, in this aftermath of the spreads, you can actually see me filled in the entire month of how many pages I read every day. And you can see that some days were really great. I've read like 155 on one day, and then there was like one day which was like 6. So, that happens. Now, moving on to the first book of the month that I read, and it was Iron Flame. But before that, I really wanted to show you all the stickers that I got from Heda, and this was the entire 2023 collection. And then there was the reject bag, which I will also be showing. So, I have used most of the stickers in the previous spread, and these are all the potential ones that I will be doing in the upcoming spreads. I love collecting stickers, but at the same time, if I'm not using them, I feel that it's not being justified. So I picked up the one that I really loved and I really wanted first. And I know it can be a little contradictory to being a collector, because sometimes the collectors don't really use the things, but I want to justify the hard work that have gone into making this. So I will be using it for this particular spread again. It just shows how much I love her work. Anyway, for Iron Flame, I wanted to go with purple or more like violet. I didn't have like a violet hue to my collection, but this is more like purplish because the main character's name is Violet. I did not want to go with the previous black and gold that was there because that was more about the dragon. But in the second book, it is more about Violet and Zayden going through their emotional turmoil, let's say. Honestly, I enjoyed the first book more. I very much enjoyed the character development there, and I did speak about it that the book started very to the point, it was assertive, there was no dragging. The second book is so big, so lengthy, and there were definitely scenes and writings that could have been simmered down. There was no reason to make it 200 something thousand words when you can easily deliver a very solid book in within the 150,000 word limit. That itself is a lot to read. That will easily amount up to like 600 700 pages, but this particular one was very lengthy, and there were at times I was feeling that, am I reading it so slow, or is it like there is something going on? And then I saw this reel on Instagram where this guy was talking that, do you feel like it is taking you too long and you're feeling like you are slow? But no, it's not that, because there's like a huge difference between the first and the second one in terms of word count. And I was like, yeah, that makes sense. I don't want to give away a lot about the story here, because there are people who have not read this and maybe have it in TBR list. So if I talk in detail about the book, it kind of spoils the whole excitement for this particular book. So I'm not going to do it. I'd never do it. I don't like to spoil it for others, though I am someone who likes to get the spoilers. Like, I will watch the movie trailers, I will watch the snippets of any spoilers that would have come up for the movie, and I need to know before I go. I don't really like surprises, which is very strange, I know, but it's just I don't like to be surprised. I want to be prepared for what I am going to invest my time in. So for me, it is absolutely fine if someone by accidentally spoils a movie or a book, but I know there are a lot of people who do not like it. So I'm not going to talk about it. I'm just going to give my personal experience and my feeling of how I felt while I was reading the book. I enjoyed it to a certain extent, but the writing definitely faltered. The scenes, there were some, like I said, could have been cut down. It would have been more precise, more engaging, and the characters at certain point kind of got annoying to me. I'm not going to go in details who was the characters, but there were some who were kind of getting into my nerves, and I tried my best to just go through the book, and it went fine. I really liked the ending. There was a very big cliffhanger, but I kind of saw it coming. So it was not like it got spoiled by somebody else. It's just that I was kind of thinking that maybe it will be, directing it towards that, and it happened, and I was like, all right, that was a good cliffhanger, but I kind of saw it coming. So when you have certain situations like this, when your climax of the movie, you already know, like, you it's a very predictable plot line, that kind of just ruins the experience. I don't know, maybe I'm just contradicting myself at the moment, but yeah, it was something that I like to read. I enjoyed it, but I did not enjoy it as much as the first book, Fourth Wing. And I know a lot of people compare Iron Flame and Rebecca Yarros' work with Sarah J. Maas, but it's a vast difference. Rebecca Yarros, I feel that she still has a lot of work to do to put in her work, and Sarah J. Maas, the way she writes the characters, they are so matured. I guess it's just my age, or maybe it's just that I have read books before, and when I see a little childish way of portraying your writing is a little childish, it kind of bothers me at this age. I loved Sarah J. Maas's writing because it is more structured, and Rebecca Yarros kind of needs to work. I hope her next book, The Empyrean, is going to be better in terms of writing and not as lengthy as Iron Flame. Like, girl, just just make it concise and it will be perfect. The top right corner looked very empty, so I will be putting these two different designs of the purplish hue and just filling up the negative space over there, and then I will go over with my purple pen, marker pen with the finer side, and just draw dotted lines across the picture. Not all over it, just on the right hand side. It just gives a little pop in the design. And I'll be doing the same for the main girl characters for both the top and the below ones. Moving on to the next spread. This is going to be for an audiobook, but before I move into the book, here is the second creator's sticker sheet that I bought from Etsy. This artist goes by Artimation Co. I think that's how she pronounced this. They are based in Germany and they have amazing collection. Like, she brings out collection like a snap of her finger. She is so creative, so beautifully illustrating her work. And I was spontaneously, I guess, I saw her work and I really liked it. And she has so many designs related to books and reading and having those cozy vibes, as you can see from these sticker sheets that I'm showing you right now. I really wanted to incorporate them, and since I have a reading journal now, I only felt it justified that I should be using it in one of my spreads. I will be also using a lot of washi tapes, and I was kind of thinking of which one to go with these sticker sheets that I got. And I think the darker brown to give a little bit of the dark academia vibe, and I will also use the lighter toned with those little designs on the washi tapes to just have a little balance in terms of the color. I really like these brown leafy washi tape that I have, and all these washi tapes I bought almost like 3 years ago when I was first introduced to bullet journaling, and I went on a rampage and I bought so many things. And these are mostly from Journal Say. So I am not really sure if they still have the stock because this is like 3 years ago, but I'm sure they will have something similar because they keep updating their website with new products every Saturday. Coming to the book, it is called Cursed Cocktails by R.S. Rowland, and it is a story about a blood mage who takes into retirement after serving for almost 20 years in the northern borders, fighting dangerous threats to the realm and monsters and all these magical creatures. It starts off in a little bit of a vague environment, so when you are listening to the audiobook, you will have to quite imagine how the world is kind of looking like. But it was a very easy, cozy vibe book. It definitely gave me the vibe of Legends and Lattes, but instead of coffee and espresso, it was more about cocktails. And I love cocktails, and the writing was definitely very easy to follow, and it's a very short book. I think the entire audiobook was around 7 hours, so it wasn't that long. You can actually finish it within like 3-4 days if you listen to it continuously. I really enjoyed that in the end, they gave all the recipes for the cocktails. So you can actually go to the website. They mentioned the website name in the end, and you can go to the website and download all the recipes, which is amazing because you can literally try them at home. And they also talk about it during the process of the whole book, and it was really interesting. It was more like I said, it was giving me the Legends and Latte vibe. How in Legends and Latte they were also talking about the coffee recipes of different types of recipes that you can have with coffee. Here as well, you can do the same, but it was more in terms of different ingredients that you would be using to make the cocktail. So it was very fun. It is an LGBTQ plus friendly book, so the main character has his own feelings for this other character, and it's a very sweet way. He's been portrayed as a very strong, unbeatable beast from the north, and he is a blood mage, so he is super, super powerful. But he also has this sweeter, kinder side to him, and they show it in the book in little its and bits over here and there when he talks to the kids in the street, when he takes in pets, and the way he treats his employees, and it's a very sweet, cozy vibe. I really enjoyed it. It is this first book of the series. It is called Tales of Adria. The second book is also out there. It is called Sword and Thistle. I will be definitely listening to that. Right now, I am listening to The Adventures of Amina Al Sirafi, and that is a very interesting book as well. So, I will definitely talk more about it in the March setup. But Sword and Thistle is definitely going to be one of the books that I want to read. It is going to be a continuation series. I don't know how many books are going to be there in this series, but so far there are two, and they are very cozy. So, if you want to have a cozy reading, definitely go for it. If you're new here and you don't know, the star stickers are actually from my shop, and you can buy them in different designs. So right now I have the star rating, the spice rating, as well as the heart rating, because I know that there are different ways of putting your ratings, and people like to read different kinds of books, so you have different ratings as per your taste. Moving to the third and final book that I completed in February. And for this setup, I am going to shamelessly put across my stickers from my own shop. I know I don't do a lot of advertisements for my own stickers, so here is a general display of the vintage cockette style that I did. I have a lot of stamp stickers and the vintage frames, and also the bow stickers. So for this particular one, I will be actually using the vintage frame stickers. So they are available in both die cut stickers as well as in the sticker sheet. The die cut stickers are a little bit larger in size compared to the sticker sheets. The die cut stickers are approximately 5 centimeter in height, and the sticker sheets are a little bit smaller. They are like 3.5 centimeters in height. I am going to sprinkle across these frames all over the page, and I will be using this handmade paper as a background. I will also use a vellum paper to make the background, so there will be different backgrounds for each of these frames. I also used to do handmade paper at home, but the process is a little tedious. I have made a short and a reel on how I make the handmade paper. It is quite tiresome, and if you do not have a lot of light like sun rays, it takes quite a while to dry. So to be in a place like Ireland where we don't get a lot of sun and it is most of the time rainy and humid, it is not ideal for me to have it dry. I did try in a little bit. I had posted in my Etsy shop also to sell. I did sell quite a bit the handmade paper. They are quite popular in the market in the scrapbooking journaling community, but it is quite tedious, and maybe I will get back to it, but at the moment I'm just going to stick with the sticker making process. I love how these frames looks like after putting the handmade paper and the vellum paper. They are so dainty and feminine. I really like it. Coming to the book, I read Mythos by Stephen Fry, and it was my first time experience reading about Greek mythology. And the way I was reading it, I think I was more trying to read and understand it like a history book, and it felt like a history book to me and not a novel. So I was trying to remember all the names, and I was trying to make like a pedigree chart of who the titans are and how the Olympians came and all those categorization. And it was at one point getting a lot for my poor brain to handle, because I read for pleasure. I read in my leisure time, and if I have to work in my leisure time too, I do not enjoy it or I would not prefer it. But then my husband suggested that don't read it like a history book, because some characters just comes for one phase and then they are gone and they are not that important. There are only few who are important, and you kind of get used to it. So keeping that in mind, when I was reading, it felt more enjoyable to me, because then I was like, oh, I don't have to remember everything and I can just go with the flow. And Stephen Fry writes it so funnily and some of the things that he says are very in trend to what we would be talking in person. The way he narrates the story is like he is talking to a group of people who are sitting in front of him. So it was more enjoyable after I took the pressure of remembering all the names. And eventually, yes, they did settle in my brain of who the characters are and how certain things came into picture. So it was enjoyable, but in the beginning, it was very tiresome for me. I guess there is just a different way of doing things, and for me it was like, oh, I need to remember. And that wasn't important. It is a trilogy, so there are two more books. I don't know if I am going to start the second book immediately, because I am starting, or rather I have started the Throne of Glass series already, and it is interesting. So I want to finish the series, just stick to one and not jump ships too much. So I will see. I do have the entire trilogy in my Kindle, so I probably will start in some time. But at the same time, like I said, I don't want to mix too much, because I do listen to different books in my Audible app, and at the same time, I also read in my ebook or a physical book. So there is already 2 or 3 books going at the same time. I don't want to go too much. But overall, I liked it. It was fun. It was knowledgeable for me, since I have never been exposed to Greek mythology so much. I am Indian, and there was a person who commented in one of my videos and she was like, oh, you're Indian. And I was like, yeah, I am Indian. I am very proud about it. But I am based out of Dublin in Ireland. So I have only been exposed to Indian Hindu mythology or Asian mythology. Greek mythology was there. I've never been interested per se because it was not that predominant in our area. By the way, if you like watching my videos, I have created playlist for the reading journals and the plan with me videos, so you can go and do binge watch if you want. I have the plan with me videos starting from 2023 February. Prior to that, I used to do bullet journaling, but I wasn't really documenting them for YouTube. So I only have from February last year, but I will be sharing reels and shorts if you want to get some ideas and inspirations from my previous setups. Well, friends, we have reached to the end of this video. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you have enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. It really helps in pushing it towards the people who enjoy similar kind of activities like us. Also, if you have watched till the end of the video, leave a purple heart emoji so I know you were there till the end. And I will see you in the next one. Bye!